I took the safe path. I went to work, I came home, I told myself everything's perfect. Over and over, cameras started appearing where they shouldn't be. I never understood where they came from, only that when I hold one up, the world inside it isn't mine. A man with my face, somewhere far away, filming, living. I watched that other life for years before I understand it was a choice. The only difference between him and me, he pressed record.
What if I showed you a version of myself that never became a filmmaker, that stayed in his old job, sat at his desk every day and just wondered what else was out there? That's exactly what I created for TapNow's 10,000 Parallel Universes challenge, and in this video I'm breaking down every single step I took to build it on a platform that has the most complete AI tools. If you love filmmaking and tech, the TapNow Agentic canvas is something that you have to try out. They currently run a challenge with a prize pool with 400,000 US dollars, and I show you how you can create a high potential video for that in just 5 steps. If you haven't seen my first TapNow video, quick context. TapNow is an AI production platform with a node-based canvas where you chain AI models together, images, videos, full story worlds, all in one visual pipeline. It's like a production studio inside your browser, and the challenge they are running right now is called 10,000 Parallel Universes. The idea? You build an original story world from scratch, starting with a trailer. And the best universes win a share of the 200k in cash plus 200k in TapNow computing power. Link to enter is in the description. Go check it out after this video. For that challenge, my goal was to create a short film that shows me in a different universe, where I didn't become a filmmaker, but stood in my old job of being a web developer. Before I started this channel, I actually worked as a web developer, and there was a real version of me who almost stayed there. Good salary, stable life, completely fine, but something would always feel off. And that became my universe. And the visual hook I landed on is cameras keep appearing in places they absolutely shouldn't be. On the office desk between monitors, on the kitchen counter at 2 AM, on a car. And every time I or he picks up he looks through the viewfinder and he sees footage of a life that he never lived. Himself creating, traveling, talking to an audience. And the closing title card is, the only difference between him and me, I pressed record. And that's the concept. Now let's build it. For that, I prompted a script in Claude and just pasted it into the TapNow agent. And this is a workflow I'd really recommend to everyone. Don't start on the canvas with a vague idea. Go to Claude first and give it your full concept or concept idea and ask it to write a scene-by-scene script with some shot description, the overall mood, maybe a color palette and character details. And the more specific the input, the more cinematic the output. And then paste the whole thing into the TapNow agent. And this agent immediately has way more to work with. If you switch the chat from ask to auto, it will actually be faster because it doesn't always have to ask you if you want to generate the content. It will just take that over. And the first interesting approach was that the agent instantly generated reference images for the different scenes. Usually, you might start with a shot list, but I like that approach. It allowed me to get inspired visually, and the agent used Banana 2 for that, which is smart because it's lower cost and faster, but still good quality. However, I tried to teach the agent to use Banana Pro for the next images to allow for the best results. And it understood that, and even offered me to regenerate the current images with Banana Pro. After that, I told the agent to create an exact shot list, and based on that, create the missing reference or start end frame images. And of course, it did that. But the thing is, all these start and end frames were now somewhere on the canvas, and it would take a long time to place them in the right order. So I just asked the agent to get it sorted. So this agentic prompting is really helpful. And it took some time, but I finally found the first small limitation of the agent. I uploaded a photo of myself and told him to use the person across all images that features a character, but it actually just generated some new images. So I just added me as a character by myself and easily connected the dots. I also let the agent create reference images for our different locations, so we always have for each location a specific image that we can use. so they will always look the same. The consistency of characters, locations, and objects is one of the most helpful and important features of generative AI. It allows us to make sure the story of the video contains the same characters and the same locations, and they don't randomly look different. And with TapNow, things like that are really easy. Now the canvas was pretty big, right? So to keep it easy, I just told the agent to create the first 2 videos to get a taste of what we did so far. It decided to use Seedance 2.0 and I was just blown away. This is such an insane upgrade compared to Veo 3.1. So it's pretty, actually it's just a small upgrade, but these small upgrades make such a big difference in the character consistency. Like on the video where it zooms into the Lumix camera, it was just, the logo didn't change a bit, it just stood consistent, and that was what stood out to me immediately. So I continued and told the agent to create the next 5 videos, the next 2 videos with Seedance 2.0 in a 21:9 aspect ratio in 1080p. Unfortunately, Seedance doesn't do 4K, but for now that's fine. Throughout the process, I just felt like we missed some intro shots, so I just asked the agent again to generate some reference images and some videos out of those reference images. And here's what I noticed across all the generated clips. The emotional tone was consistent. The cold office light, the amber warmth when a camera appears, the agent held onto that visual language that I defined all the way back in the Claude prompt. And that's not something you get by just prompting a single model. That's what a proper pipeline does. Also, don't be afraid to go back and regenerate individual shots. I probably reran 3 or 4 clips before I was happy with the camera movement. That iteration time is still way faster than me renting any apartment, or actually flying to New York, renting an apartment and shooting the shots of myself there. What AI barely does, but really should, is add some variety and focal length and also some aerial shots. So keep in mind to sometimes do that on your own. The last thing I'd add, and this is easy to forget, is sound. AI video comes out completely silent. But that's no problem. TapNow can now also create music. I wanted something that felt cinematic but slightly off, like reality was glitching. And the right track can take a 60% finished piece or AI piece to 90% instantly. Now, if you want to enter the challenge yourself, the link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Up to 200k in cash and 200k in computing power, and your submission starts as a trailer. Go build your universe, and if you found this useful, make sure to follow along and leave a like. See you in the next one.